Gen.G gave themselves that Jhin to help solve some of the range issues. I think both teams fared okay in this, but I think it's still hard to deal with that Talia in the mid lane. That Talia Xin Zhao has so much strength, slam them into the wall under the turret, so team does need to be a little bit concerned about that.
Ruler gonna burn his cleanse already. Tons of damage going into him, and even the flash forward! Oh, gets it done, and Viper and Delight just outplay Ruler.
The second he goes for the flourish, Delight is on him immediately. I'm trying to push in, but Peanut is there. Peanut, again, I talk about those pressure points he's always looking for. Now Ruler flashless, he is in big trouble.
Yeah, Ruler's just dead. There's no way to get out of this one, and they're just trying to keep Duro around as well. They're gonna give this kill over to Viper, and now Duro is going to flash away, so they get another kill on a Ruler, and the flash from Duro. This bottom lane is a disaster for Gen.G.
Well, there was when we last looked at it. It was like a few camps ahead. Not anymore, apparently.
Well, it's not Old Rel, so not going to be able to take the Dragon away, but they are keeping Canyon around, and they do get his flash, but not the biggest deal in the world.
Over from Zeus, by the way, here, as they look to collapse potentially.
Yeah, they're kind of up against the wall. That Hex Flash, very confusing. Chovy in a lot of trouble. He will flash out, though, and now it's just Duro who looks to be going down. The question is who gets the kill. It will be Zeka. So now your bottom lane is in shambles.
Here for Hanwha Life, because they're the ones who have the Azir in their composition. The Nashor's Tooth can allow Zeka to hit turrets real quick and take them out. He's left alone with one. Can be a big problem for Gen.G to deal with.
Hanwha Life, bottom lane, just hiding on bush in the top side. And Zeus smartly here. Well, he sees Canyon anyway, but you got to play passively when you're playing for the grubs on the top side, so Zeus doesn't get caught out or anything. He's got Swifties as well, so relatively safe on the Rumble. I say that, and yeah, backing in the bush. He will have to flash away. A lot of needles go in, but I think this is an overcommit here from Gen.G.
For a long wraparound here, but it's seen so much.
Yeah, we got needles into Zeus, who's just going to try to shield and run away, and he takes about 20% of his health.
Yeah,
and that's about it.
I feel like maybe that was just to secure some pressure so he could back up Canyon.
Mountain Soul. And in the last couple of best of fives that we had in big series in the summer final last year and in LCK Cup, Hanwha Life Esports won those best of fives, and they won game one, importantly. So with this massive lead, you could see that maybe happening again if they do eventually win this game.
Right now.
Speak of the devil. We have Duro on the gank here, and they know that he's in the bush. Zeus about to figure this out, and he just flashes over the wall. But that is a Nautilus with his own flash. Does not have depth charge, though. Gonna ult the wave, and it's just a 1v2 here. Do they have enough damage? Yes, they absolutely do. So Keen looking to extend his lead with some help from Duro.
With the fact that they have things like the Gwen, like the Talia, the main way where I can see them really getting back in this game is if when they're approaching team fights, they can find a big flank angle. You want your Gwen to be strong to do that. They did get that kill onto the Gwen. They did get that tower taken down as well. The more gold that is funneled onto Keen, the easier that's going to be.
In the lead, they have those first item spikes, whereas we do have some for the side of Gen.G, but Ruler's basically not a champion right now. Are they still going to fight for this?
No.
Well, the answer is absolutely not, because, well, they just lost 2 people to the Poppy ult, and yeah, that's why we love to see Poppy in these games.
They feel confident to push in.
Yeah, Gen.G going to be looking for it, but again,
TP.
Let's see how this one is going to go, as that is a big flick on Azeka, who also just throws his ult out somewhat reflexively, and now HLE, they're going to look for Duro actually on the left side here, might be able to get him. The Rumble ult does come down, and he's just trying to zone, but meanwhile, Delight goes in, and they're doing this all without Zeka, who is now looking to TP, and this fight is going to go to Peanut, who does pick up that first Mountain Drake for the side of HLE. As now Zeka's here and Gen.G are between a rock and a hard place. Zeka is going to get knocked up. They're trying to go in onto this one and get a trade in Canyon with the help of Ruler. And now Gen.G are turning this fight around. They lost the Drake, but at least they got a bunch of kills on the backside.
Expensive turns, but Peanut is going to look for a gank here. Chovy way up in the lane.
Yeah, Chovy thought he was safe. Let's see if he can wall away on time. Looks like the answer's no, as Peanut's on top of him, but Zeus is very far away. Chovy just going to flash out of this one, as now he goes for the wall, but that's a Poppy. You can't get away from the Poppy by using your wall. And Peanut sits him down. Meanwhile, though, Gen.G are going to go for this Otacon. They say, well, you committed heavily to the top side of the map. So who wins this fight?
Look at Viper, look at Viper. They're getting shredded. If he lands a piercing arrow, it would do so much damage.
Well, let's see what happens on this fight. A lot of damage already coming out here from Zeka, as the smite will be 100% to the side of Gen.G. And now the TP exists, just dies immediately. onto Delight as well. A big sweep here from Viper. He's alone. The damage doesn't go through, and it's only Viper that can get this one done. And it looks like Duro will have to be sacrificed once again. But already the Otacon was picked up by Gen.G. And they got a couple of kills on the backside of that one, so not half bad.
Lead for Gen.G. Now, advantage Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens on this one. We got the Rumble Ultimate this time, but it's just going to go the way of Gen.G. HLE not in position to fight on that one. They were not set up as you were saying they had to be off.
I think on that Otacon fight, I think if HLE had played it more about the fight, I think they definitely could have taken a lot more members of Gen.G down.
Overextensions happen. You know, Hanwha criticized all year for taking big leads and kind of playing with their food a little bit. This is Gen.G. You can't do that against this team or you will lose your lead. As Peanut's going aggressive, Rel's showing up here too. Keen in some trouble. TP.
Yeah, TP's coming in. I think with the three of them, they should be able to get this one down. The Gwen can shred a bit more through the Poppy compared to other champs, but eventually you're not going to win a 1v3, and that will be Keen going down. Doesn't even use his exhaust. He knew he was dead.
It's just crazy how just Peanut can just run at you.
To come over. And
They'll be on the flank.
Gen.G will be the ones that are in position on an objective.
Wait, they have
Actually,
the wall.
like this. The wall does come down, and the damage, it's not quite there at the same time, and now Duro's going to get caught in the front. Gen.G kind of scrambling here, taking a bunch of damage. Now Delight going in, looking for the engage, but he gets blown up. But meanwhile, Canyon now, Zeus flashes over the wall. He's going to trade 1-for-1, but Duro is down as he does get taken out here. The chase here onto Keen. Looks like he is just going to TP away.
Scary, Ruler backed, and Keen did as well. They're full HP. Ruler picked up an Infinity Edge, but I think having Jungler means you're going to be able to secure that Dragon.
Yeah, and there's a ward on the Baron pit here for Hanwha, and there's just not that much damage, like I said, with his Jin comp worse for Ruler. So that's, I think, the bigger concern rather than what really happened here.
Well, looking for Peanut, I suppose, and they might just be able to get him. He's caught out as the angle from Toby locks him in, and they get another kill here for the Gwen.
So deadly around this Baron, though, but Viper did miss that first Q.
It's 5v4. Duro does get pretty low. The equalizer only going to hit Toby, and they're keeping this Baron least. I think Gen.G are in a good spot here. Zeka and Viper trying their best to do the damage, but now even Zeus is taking a ton, as now the engage does come in from Delight, but he goes down immediately, and Canyon's not even looking at the fight. He just wants the objective, as he will get it. And now Ruler alongside of Toby. So many low health bars, and in goes Canyon. They will look to clean up the fight. Viper is all alone by himself in a 1v3, flashes forward to try to score the win, but he will not be able to, and it's a triple kill to Chovy.
That Baron aggro to take it down.
Did you see Chovy's items? He's got a Magi's in this game and a death cap. Now Keen, what's going on here? He goes in by himself, and Gen.G are like, wait, what was that? And now, this is potentially Mountain Soul for Hanwha Life Esports.
And a lot of this Baron is being wasted by the fact that they're fighting over this Dragon right now, not getting any pressure with it. This is a rough time here for Gen.G.
Gen.G want to go for the fight, actually. They're going to open up as that ult is not going to hit here from Peanut. He's taking a ton of damage. In goes Canyon. Peanut's dead! And that means the smite is easy for Canyon. They get the jungler, and HLE do not commit to the fight, and they get punished for it.
Part of the fight, and we see Ruler just stands on an equalizer ulting. He's like, I'm committing to the bit, kills Peanut.
The scoreboard looks similar, but when you look at the gold, when you look at the map control, Gen.G's game to lose.
Oh boy, Delight just gonna get caught out here, and this has been happening all game. Not to Delight specifically, but to many different players just getting picked off.
Cut off here, no vision on him right now. As the wave comes in, they will see him.
Trying to go for something, but look at the damage that they do to Peanut, and he snipes him from miles away. And Peanut can't even get out of there with his life intact. We talked about the Poppy and the Mountain Soul and everything, but he just looks like a, I don't know, just a wet piece of paper at this moment in time. He's getting shredded so easily. They come down. They just want to secure this inhibitor. They're going to get the turret. Yep, siege wall. Do they commit to the inhibitor? Looks like no. But they're just chopping away chunks of Hanwha Life Esports' base, and with a little deadly flourish. But yeah, you don't get the kill, but you get Zeus out of the fight. And that's going to mean more pressure here from Gen.G right before this Baron spawns. Baron, the inner turret.
Baron is spawning, but so is the Dragon here. Basic
They have so much damage. It's incredible the amount of damage they have on this Baron. It's going to force them over. Duro trying to hook his way away from this one. The wall comes down. The Poppy ult not going to hit. It's now Delight trying to force the fight here. Duro is pretty low. And actually a decent angle here. Canyon getting pretty low himself. Keen is by himself as well. HLE might have found the one angle to win the fight, but Toby's still alive. alive. Ruler sniping from very far away. Looks pretty good still for HLE, even though Chovy is chomping them down with huge amounts of damage with this gigantic build.
Focus down here. The ult doesn't connect, but Ruler has to back away so far. Ruler and Chovy get zoned so heavily by Delight and Zeus here. And Ruler does ult here, but he's not really able to do too much to...
You have a ridiculous amount of Baron damage here for HLE with almost full build Azir and Rumble. And even the Varus, even though he is lethality, can do a decent amount. Now Keen just gonna start attacking Delight, who's taken so much, and he's gone! He's just out of the fight, just like that, as Chovy getting pretty low. Zeus gonna flash on in, but Chovy's got his Zhonya's, and he will be able to survive there. Takes a bit of damage, but right now we've got Delight, who is down. Chovy gets the pick again! You will not stop this man! And that is going to be 25 stacks for the Taliyah.
But Viper's still full health, and all these low health bars for Gen.G means I don't think they could try to push for anything further.
And Peanut can look for the steal.
Peanut has flash.
This could be big.
It's 5v3, and it's really just going to come down to Peanut and see if he can get in there. The damage is being done by Keen, though. He's running Viper down, and that's going to zone Peanut away as well, who is being shredded and has to flash the wall. That's going to be Baron over to Gen.G. Very nicely handled. And getting to work on the turret. And now we got a bit of damage into Duro. He is going to hook away. And at least Hanwha Life, they're keeping them out of this one for now, but the wall is going to come down, and the Poppy ult knocks away the Xin Zhao. But Peanut, he puts himself in such a bad spot, and Keen will live for now, but he gets poked down by the Rumble and the Azir, so he's out of the fight himself. Duro pretty low at the same time.
Clearing this wave here, as Gen.G did not get that inhibitor.
All right, Chovy, he is just, look at the damage on this Taliyah, it's insanity. And now Canyon is frontlining for the team. You got a zoning Jhin ult at the same time. Nobody's able to follow up on this one. Zeus getting incredibly low, and he will be taken out. Nothing that Viper can do. And that will be this mid inhibitor going down at least.
The big thing is, though, look at the death timer on Zeus. Elder spawning in 30. I'm not sure they can end right now. Canyon?
He just walks in.
This could change things.
Straight up dies, and now they got to go for the fight here. Duro, look at a sacrifice for the team, but Canyon goes down. And that might just be a bit too much for Chovy and Ruler. They are incredibly fed in this game.
I mean,
TP in a mid.
They're going to actually look to try to collapse on this.
Oh, that's crazy.
They say, okay, you want to take the Elder? Take the Elder. I don't care about the Elder.
Hanwha may have to just back here. They have enough wave because there's no big wave in the main base.
Well, they only got 2 inhibitors. I don't know.
Wait, I think this is fine. So they back away. The Elder's gone. But with 2 super minions, mid and top, they're not really going to be able to...
Nobody's coming in here.
I don't know about this.
So you have to back away.
Yeah, he's just going to get ulted away. Peanut's going to throw him the door.
But essentially, the Elder's secured. But what is HLE going to be able to do with Elder when you have super minions pushing mid-top? More difficult, though.
Chovy doesn't have ult. I thought he was going to look for a wall there.
Yeah, mid-hit too. That'll go pretty quickly.
Zeka's going in there. He's going to do a taunt to Chovy, who has to flash. Equalizer! They got in! Chovy is down. And they've got a cannon minion here too, HLE. How far do you want to push it? They're looking for the inhibitor.
Well, I guess they can't neutralize that.
No, I don't think so. Bit of a greedy play from Chovy. He is punished.
All right, Chain's gonna go down. Look at the damage from the Azir and the Varus.
Now there's no wave here just yet, but another one's coming. And I don't know, with 45 seconds until Chovy respawns, I think Hanwha should be able to end here.
They don't have that same wave clear. They gotta stack up.
They gotta block it.
They gotta stack up and keep the minions alive, and HLE are gonna do exactly that. We got the Peanut ult, not gonna hit anything. Keen, desperate to try to stop the minions from hitting the base. He will go down, but HLE, they wanna end the game right here. And right now, they get a kill onto Canyon. They get a kill onto the turrets, and HLE are gonna make it happen in game 1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.